Hello there, my name's Gary Foster and welcome back to What Price Victory, where in this save I'm looking at taking a team that's trying to recapture former glory from the bottom of the league to cup and league success, or maybe a club that hasn't realised its potential, and we're going to try to make them at least regular divisional competitors, and maybe even get a good cup run out of them just to cement their reputation. But today it's the Melbourne Derby, arguably the biggest game on the Australian football calendar. It's up there alongside with the Sydney Derby. We're following Melbourne Victory, and today they're away to their crosstown rivals Melbourne City. Since you last joined us, Melbourne Victory have played 2 games offline, and that's resulted in two solid wins for us. We were away to Adelaide United in an original rivals game, and we won that 2-0 with Gastide and Roux picking up the goals for us. And just briefly watch those 2 goals. Okay, so Traore on the ball with a square ball to Brimmer to Butterfield, and Lawton plays the ball into Gastide, who cracks it in from just outside the box. Gastide has found his scoring boots lately. Brimmer to Butterfield, Lawton again with the assist to Roux, who's come up from the back, and he cracks that into the goal. So that put us 2-0 up at half time, and we were able to hang on to that lead. In the game against Macarthur, who are one of the new expansion teams, we fell behind early on in the game, but a quick reply by Robbie Cruz got us back on level terms, and then Gastide came up with his scoring boots again. So this is Macarthur on the ball, and Yaya runs through with a great through ball and slices our defence apart. So it starts with Markovic, who puts the ball into Brimmer, Gastide, a little ball into Cruz, who runs on the ball and places it into the far post. So Gastide again to Lawton, Butterfield, and Gastide continues his run, comes through into the box and cracks it through. I was actually quite surprised that he took the extra touch, but it was a great goal. We have Markovic to Rojas, back to Markovic, and a looping header. And I thought Federici could have done a little bit better with that, but we're happy enough that it crossed the line, and the 3-1 win was a good solid win for us. And as you can see, we're played for 1-3, drawn 1, and we're just behind Sydney FC on goal difference. Our game today, the Melbourne Derby, is against Melbourne City, who haven't actually been setting the world on fire and are in a run of poor form. But as you know, anything can happen in a derby game. So let's go and see what the Melbourne Derby can offer us. Okay, so here's the team that will be taking the field in the derby. We've got Acton in goal, who put in a man of the match performance against Adelaide a couple of games ago. Got a back 4 of Traore, Ryan, Ansell and Shotton. Butterfield will be the deep-lying playmaker in defensive midfield. In front of him will be Brimmer and Barnett. Out wide we have Robbie Cruz on the right, and Rojas on the left in inside forward roles, and we've got Gastide, who's in some hot form at the moment. So we're looking for our attacking 3 to be our main threat, but we need to keep it tight at the back as well. Right, I want you to pick off where you left off last time, because they did have a good game against Macarthur. As said, City are not bringing the best form into the derby, but anything can happen. So here we have the start So both teams are feeling each other out. But Melbourne City are bringing the ball out from their own end. And Jamie McLaren will probably be City's biggest threat. Seem to have a number of options, or all options covered. Melbourne are bringing the ball up, and now they've got a little bit of space out wide. It could be in trouble, but no. Good tackle. Oh. Is it going to be VAR'd? Is there a clear and obvious error? No penalty. Ah, dear. You dodged a bullet there, Mr. Traore. Right. Hopefully that can give the boys a little bit of confidence. Although I notice that Brimmer's fitness stats have fallen quite dramatically, so I'll have to keep an eye on him. Shotton with the ball. Gets the ball in behind the defence, but easily cut out. Traore, can you get your foot in again? No, but Ansell with the header, who I've noticed picked up a booking. Right, Cruz on the ball, looking to him. Can he cut inside? No. Through ball onto Gastede, who takes the goal. Well done. Barnett for the assist. It was a good assist. And I think Cruz did a fair bit of work, but no, it was Barnett with the money ball. So 1-0 up. That could put us in good stead, but as you know, anything can happen. So Traore on the ball. Bremer with a cross. Cruz with the nod down. Gastede again. Okay. Looks like Gastede is putting his stamp on the derby. 2 quick-fire goals. Okay, so still keeping eyes on Brimmer with his fitness levels, but hopefully we can get him through to half-time. Ryan wants to come off. Ooh, twisted knee. He's hampered by an injury, so we'll bring on Anderson. Anderson for Ryan. Okay, so need to hold out this attack. Oh, thought it went out. Oh, okay, header over the bar by McLaren. That should take us up to half time. Okay, so as you can see by the XG, we've absolutely dominated the game, which is quite surprising. So I think we can do a little bit of praise on them, and we want them to keep it up. City have made a change at half time. Fitness, So an hour on the clock. City with the ball. Out wide to Naboot. Oh, low hard cross. Oh, great save by Acton. He's been having a great game since I've made him first choice. first choice keeper. Corner ball seems to be dealt with. Although City are pressing us, so nothing came of that highlight, thankfully, so hopefully the clock can wind down. So you'll forgive me if I don't want too many highlights between now and the end of the game. So coming in from a funky angle, up in the bleachers. Gastede on the ball, and is that his hat-trick? It's his hat-trick. A Derby hat-trick. Okay. Right, so that might make things a little bit easier for me to substitute Brimmer off, who's been struggling all game, and Ansell, if I've got a central defender, I can bring him on, and I'll swap with Traore. I think Traore can. Oh, Traore can't play. Two left. Okay, so he's got to play as a central midfielder, just for the central defender for the last 20 minutes. So here we are, Shotton into play with Cruz. Shotton gets the ball, and Gastede gets in front of his marker and nods it home. So 3-0 at the moment. We're sort of happy with that. Apologies for a bit of background noise, as there's some maintenance going on around the building with mowing and grass cutting going on, so, and whippersnippering. So probably not a good time to do some recording, but we'll carry on. Cruz is starting to struggle. Oh, what? Wasn't quite sure whether there was going to be a penalty there or a dinky little ball through. So Warland was on the ball, came to Galloway. Yeah, just Luna with too much time. And yeah, well placed. So yes, we need that tactical change. We need to go into a more cautious approach. And oops, Corona coming in. Right, instructions. Final third. I want them whipped in now. Out of possession. I want lower defensive line. Stay on feet. Don't press. Use tighter marking. Okay, Butterfield stayed up with Barnett. Campbell's the substitute. Gastede was left all by himself. Okay, that was a very static City defence. Gastede was the only one that basically moved when Kemserba had the ball. Okay, 4-1. 4-1, so, and Gastede with 4 goals, so yes, I think we'll still go defensively. And a 10 rating for Gastede. That's the first time I've ever seen a 10 rating in Football Manager, even though I've had players scored 4 goals before. I think the highest I've ever had before was 9.6. So Rojas with a bit of work to do. Rojas still on the ball. Oh, cracks. Cracks one there, but I think the keeper had that covered. Right, guys, we just need to bring it through to full time. Just play it cautiously. Yeah, keeper with an acrobatic save. Gastede. Righto, just wind the clock down, guys. Wind the clock down. it's actually been a comprehensive win for Victory, which, as you know, in those that have been following the saves in real life, it was a quite a comprehensive win to Melbourne City in the Derby, 6-0. So, and Rojas makes it 5-1. So, art is imitating real life in reverse. So VAR checking. Was he on? Was he stepping? I thought he made a good run. So we've had a penalty turned down. We've had a couple of disallowed goals. So normally these can be bits of brutal affairs. We haven't had too many bookings, and we haven't had any send-offs, which is good. So come on, guys, just wind it down. A clearing header by Anderson. And there we have it. Quite a sensational victory in terms of Derby wins for Melbourne Victory. 4-1 with Gastide the man of the match by no small distance, and as I said, with a player rating of 10, which I hadn't seen in Football Manager before. So well done. I don't think we can be anything but give them a whole heap of praise and motivation for the next game. So the press would no doubt be happy with that. And it's looked like the Melbourne City manager is angry at the defeat. Look, there's a little bit of admin to do over the next 4 days, so let me do that, and I'll come back for the Western United game. Yeah, that's in 4 days' time, because I also want to play. I'll play 2 games offline against Phoenix and the Mariners, and come back for Sydney FC, because that's a highly regarded Big Blue derby. So I'll go offline, and we'll come back for Western United. Hello and welcome back to Melbourne Victory's next game against Western United, one of another expansion team that's recently came into the A-League. So on the back of their great derby victory, offline there was some controversy about VAR decisions, which seems to be par for the course, where the Melbourne City coach came out and thought there should have been that penalty. Shouldn't have been overturned by the VAR. But anyway, we've consigned that game to history, and it was a very nice victory for the boys. So here we are. We've got the same team, with one exception where Sporanovic has come in to the team due to injury. So we've got Acton in goals, Traore, Sporanovic, Ansel and Shotton, Butterfield, Brimmer and Barnett in the midfield, Rojas and Cruz out wide, with Gastide, our goal-scoring hero and world record Football Manager rating, at least from my point of view, from last game where he scored a 10. So that's the team that will be going in for this game against Western United. Victory are actually on top of the table. They've done actually quite well, and they've got a game in hand over second place, because there's been some crazy results during the week where everybody has been beating everybody else. So point the finger to go out there and carry on where you left off last match. So yeah, there's been some topsy-turvy results. Sydney ended up losing. So yeah, but anyway, this is the game we're concentrating on with Western United. So game gets underway. And looks like Western United have a free kick. Ball's whipped into the far post with hit the post or saved by Acton. I'm not sure what it was. But, won by Brimmer. Header missed. But they still seem to be able to clear it. So United with a patient build-up. It's the cross in with an unmarked in the middle there, and he hit the crossbar. So I think we dodged a bullet there, guys. So perhaps we need to let them know that we're here, and we just need to demand a little more from them. Cruz's fitness stats have fallen down. Coming up to half time though, so half time 0-0 and being outplayed. Well, our three shots they had all been on target. But I don't think we can be all that happy. I think we can be assertive again and say I'm not happy with their performance, because I'm assuming the fans would not be happy with Rojas trying to sneak it in, but Butterfield was there to pick up the dregs. So an early goal for victory will get us on the way. Being checked by VAR, where all the emotion goes out of the celebration, and the goal is disallowed. So, very tight, Your Honour. His shoulder was offside. Gah. Anyway, the game sort of rattles through now. Go with that instruction, that recommendation. So we've been accurate with our shooting. Right. Robbie Cruz, who's not had a good game. Coming from Lawton, see if he can do his heroics. Substitute off now. This is where I come in for Curda. I've got to go back in here. Got to pause that again. So I want him to come up as a flat middle three. There's central midfield role. I thought Barnett, he can do a... okay, he can't do a playmaking role, so... I can go back to being an advanced playmaker. It's not really what I wanted. Okay, maybe he can be... Support, inside forward, Lawton. And considering he had such a good game for us, he's got very poor star ratings. It's actually a lot better player than what those stats would suggest. So, Gastide in a bit of space on the right. No one in the middle though for him. Flat ball back. Kunda. Curda. Pretty inept ball up there. Gastide's not going to get that. Oh, missed header. Oh, in the middle. Cut out in the middle. Not what we wanted. Cut right through the middle. We had bodies there. The long ball through. The nod on. Yeah. Yeah, Acton was in no man's land there, really. Came out to narrow the angle. Right. Might change this to a more attacking personality, and our shouts, it might be time to tell them to fire up. There we have it. Yes, not a good result. That's our first defeat of the regular season. So I think when we go inside, we'll be putting the cranky pants on in no uncertain terms. Okay, so that was a poor result for us, but we've ended up still on top of the tree, still only 6 games gone. Our schedule, as I said before, I think we'll play the Phoenix and Mariners game offline, and we'll come back for the Sydney FC Big Blue Derby. That's at home, so that should be a good crowd. We just might make that a 1-game save, because there seems to be a return game against Sydney in the not too distant future. But anyway, we'll figure that out a little bit closer to that particular game. So thank you very much for watching What Price Victory. I'm Gary Foster. All the best. Till next time.